Hi dancers, and welcome to DancesportPlace.com, where competitors come first. I am so excited that you're joining us today because we have a fantastic interview. We are going to be talking to our personal friends and also Canadian powerhouses. Let me tell you a little bit about them first. They are the World Latin Canadian representatives. They are also the National Canadian Vice Champions in Latin. They train many successful dancers, and they are the organizers of the Rocky Mountain Dancesport Grand Prix. So I would like to introduce you to Martin and Diana LeFebvre. Thank you so much for coming, you guys.
Thank you.
Really excited to talk to you about this. Now, let me talk to you a little bit about your success in training amateurs. You two have basically pioneered the dance sport scene in Western Canada, and you started from really nothing. So tell me how you did that. How did you grow Calgary and the Western Canadian area into the force it is today?
Well, I'm from Edmonton, and Martin's from Montreal, and when I was starting out, there was only Pro-Am competition. There was really no amateur, maybe one or two, three couples, that was it. And all the dancers were coming from Montreal. So I had to make a decision, am I going to stay in Western Canada or move to Montreal? So I made a compromise, and I did a little bit of both. I decided to bring Montreal to Calgary and to study what they're doing over there that is creating so much success. And then we brought another instructor over, so we created a kids program from scratch, and then it just
grew from there.
Grew from there, yeah.
Very good. So I know you work with a lot of kids and young amateurs. How much do they put into their dancing? How much do they take with lessons? How much practice do they do on their own? You know, what has contributed to this great growth in the area?
Well, I think it's important to invest in kids. For me, we've been coming out of a school where the teacher was totally kids, and inspiring them. Mm-hmm. You have to expose them to good quality, but also to fun. And if they come and they have fun and they want to practice and they want to come back, and that's a good way of promoting the dancing for the kids, but also without them deciding to make a career right away out of it, mm-hmm. just loving it. So right. As long as they start to love it, they want to come back, they want to dance, and they want to meet friends. Then after that, you get them to become champions. Yeah.
Very good. Now, you've not only trained a lot of successful amateurs, but you've also trained some of the finalists in So You Think You Can Dance Canada. So what in your training program brings out the best in dancers in general?
Well, a big part of our program is shows. So twice a year, a big part of it is it's expensive to be dancing.
Right.
So when we've been going to do competition, when you're in the East, you're in Montreal, you drive 6 hours, you're in Toronto, you're in Boston, you're in New York. It's easy to compete every weekend. Mm-hmm. When you're in Calgary, you drive 6 hours, and you don't even have cell phone reception, radio receptions. So you gotta raise money to go out and reach the people. We did fundraisers, and every year we do 2 fundraisers, and it gets to highlights their skills and their talent and their expression. So if the kids can do the split or handstand, that's what we're going to put in their show, and then we're going to combine that with their routines, mm-hmm. raise money, get them to go either to the east or to the west for the competitions, and it gets them to bond together. They have a lot of fun doing it, and the season kickstart, yeah, it was fun.
And that's great too, because putting an emphasis not just on the competition itself, it really grows them on both sides, like you said, as a performer too, doing the shows and being the only one on the floor. And I can see how that could translate well into So You Think You Can Dance and the style that they do there. So as coaches, and we all know it's easier to bring out the best in some students, but what can a student bring to their coach to help really get the best out of you? What inspires you when you're teaching the student?
To see them transform, to see them becoming better and more, I'm gonna say the word addicted to dance. Mm-hmm. Where they ask the questions, they come to they watch videos and they dream about their routines, and we've been through that. That's why we make a career out of it. So it's fun to see them want to do and do the same path as we took, you know. So inspiring people, getting them to have the highs of the dancing, and helping them to go through the lows of the dancing as well, the hard parts.
And for me, it's work ethic. You know, not everybody is talented the same amount.
Right.
But I've learned over the years that talent is just a small equation to the success factor. What inspires me is a kid that wants to work hard, and even if they're uncoordinated and it's a big mess and all that, we get through it, and that's fine. But it's just if they keep plugging along, and it's that laziness that irritates me more than anything.
That sucks out your coaching for them.
Yeah,
You
it's
wanna- you wanna
difficult
work with
to
people
teach.
who wanna work hard.
Yeah, I just want them to work hard, to do their best, and whatever that the results are irrelevant. And as you know, results come eventually.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Yeah.
Right. So, speaking of results, Martin, I want to direct this question at you. Now, you had a very successful amateur career. You're a North American amateur champion and Canadian champion, and lots of different titles there. When you look at today's amateurs, is there anything different about the challenges you had then that you see for the challenges in the people you're coaching now?
Dancing is amazing that way because it changes so much all the time. It changed from my time, it changed from the time prior to my teachers. The skill level keeps rising, and so many good nations have been transforming the sports and trying to keep up with the speed and the flexibility that those guys are, and the precisions. We were good, the dancing is better these days, and I think it's a lot of it is the precision and speed into it. That said, the artistry a little bit as taking a hit, and trying to stand out in such big numbers of people trying to achieve the same thing. I think that's what's hard a little bit for each kids to stand out and find their own personality in dancing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure.
Mhm.
It's really hard to make an impact like that when everyone is so good.
Good.
So, Di, you're also a judge. Both of you judge. When you look at the amateur competition right now, Martin kind of talked about that there's not as much artistry as he'd like to see. When you're judging, is there something that across the board you think needs to happen in the amateur ranks right now?
Yes, what I notice is everybody is trying to be perfect, and everybody's trying to be like everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
So at the end of the day, everybody looks like everybody else. So if I knew then what I knew now when I was dancing, I would have had a lot less self-doubt. And I think that's what the dancers need today is, yes, you need guidance and coaching, and there's a lot of elements that go into it. But I think at the end of the day, you really have to be who you are and stick to it. And it's those kind of dancers that end up being the special ones.
And you see that. You can just spot that among the sea of
I think
sameness
anybody can
you
spot that.
see.
Even the audience member can spot that because they touch you, right?
Right.
I find a lot of dancers right now, I see a lot of amazing skill. The hair looks good, everything looks good, but I watch them, I don't feel anything.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm a little bit disappointed, right? So I look around trying to find that couple that is connecting.
Something that sparks in you.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think in order to get that spark, you have to have enough confidence to be able to sell it. If you're doubting yourself and trying to be like everybody else, it doesn't come across.
Right, for sure. Well, speaking about being unique, the last thing I want to talk to you about is your competition. Now, the competition that they have, it's the Rocky Mountain Dancesport Grand Prix. They are co-organizers along with Jean-Marc Généraux. And this event has only been around for a couple of years, but it's already one of the biggest events in Canada. So what makes this event so unique? Why is everyone flocking there?
Well, the Rocky Mountain, for us when Calgary, we're isolated. For people to come and want to pay their air tickets to come all the way here, we have to be different. So we have bigger show, different genre. So we have with the world champion of salsa coming to do some numbers and some workshops and some intense experience, which is they come on Wednesday, they build choreography like So You Think You Can Dance on the Wednesday Thursday, Friday, and they perform on Saturday night with the group.
Cool.
So the challenges are there. We have ballet involved, we have workshop all day Sunday, and we have our super famous masquerade ball by now. So at the end, on Saturday night, it's not at the end of the party, it's the whole night. People in the masquerade with masks, with like hats, with costumes, and it's like that all night. So, and at the end of the night, a big dance till 2 o'clock in the morning. People,
Wow.
it's been successful. So far so good. We're touch the wood. We're gonna be like here for a couple of years and trying to get the best shows possible and the best dancers to come. This year, November 1, 2, 3, it's promising. www.dancesportgrandprix.com.
Yeah, definitely check it out. That sounds like a lot of fun. I like the idea that it's, you know, sometimes you go to so many competitions and you feel like you're in the same place all the time, but that sounds like you really have some unique programs going on there and some interesting shows, and I would like to see that very much.
Yeah, we're trying to make it more of an experience, right? Not just for the spectators, but also for the dancers. So it's
dancers,
fun.
yeah. Audience,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's fun, and not just one comp after another, but an actual experience. And it's pretty fun to see everybody on the red carpet dressed up.
Yeah, I'm sure. That sounds great. Well, I wish you guys so much luck with the competition and with your continued coaching and judging. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you guys so much for watching us. And join us back here at dancesportplace.com, and we'll give you all the greatest interviews information that you need. Thanks again.